key themes in this talk are going to be these. We're going to start off, when I run these programs live with everybody in the room, I usually ask them the question to get heads into the topic. Usually ask them the question, so think about a time when change was kind of imposed on you. But, you know, what do people do when you didn't like the change? And how were people doing it differently when you bought into the change and were committed to the change? So we're going to look at that and see what the outcome of those kind of questions are. And we'll base everything else on that. Then I'm going to throw at you quite a few models. You know, how did McKinsey do it? How do the other sophisticated consulting change specialists do things? So I'm going to give you all those models, or some of the main ones anyway. So you can see how they work. Something in there might strike a chord with you and think, oh, should be doing that a little bit more, or shouldn't be doing that at all. We'll look at stakeholder mapping and planning as well, which is a pretty important aspect of thinking about change and how to make it happen. And then finally, we'll apply a lot of that thinking to a particular case study, and we're going to look at how a firm might introduce a key account program. And I'll try and make that kind of generic. So whatever is the issues that you're thinking about in your firms, you know, you'll be able to apply the same process to this one I'm talking about on introducing key accounts. A first tool to think about in a change program is to think about some of the key relationships. So the proposed change I've got in the middle of this diagram. Interesting to think about who's got the information that we might need, both hard and soft. I referred to that earlier. Who has power in this situation we're looking at? And don't think that's necessarily just all very senior people. Okay. The baggage handlers at an airport have a lot of power. And then also thinking about who might perceive that they're going to be winners in this change that we're thinking of doing, and who might perceive that they are losers in it. And you might want to adapt your conversations accordingly to winners or perceived losers.